Hey, y'all. It's Coach Adri.
And Coach K.
Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Reps podcast. Y'all know how we get down in here. We talk about everything fitness and not, but beyond the reps. So, today we have another guest on the show. So, it's first and foremost, let's introduce our guest. What you want to be called? Just Mariah?
Raya's fine.
Okay, Rye.
Yeah, Raya.
Okay,
Yeah.
This is Raya. Say hey to the people.
Hey, people.
Rye is a coach at Next Level Bootcamp with myself, and Kay also used to be a coach there. So we are a fitness family. So of course we had to have you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes. Tell the people a little bit about yourself. What do you do?
Yeah.
Where you from?
Yeah. So born and raised in Buffalo, and I am a registered dietitian. I got my master's degree at Duville College, a local college here. And I've really had my fair share of different jobs around the field. So I have worked in a cardiac clinic. I have worked in a hospital. I've worked in sales, promoting tube feeds. So a little bit all over the place.
Okay.
But truly my heart has always been with fitness. And right after I graduated college, I immediately became a personal trainer. And I have taught spin in the past. So I just feel like I really love the energy surrounding it. And I want to bring more. My passion really truly is with just educating people on what is the sustainable way of not only losing weight, but also maintaining their weight loss. And how can I do it in a healthy way that's not going to do more harm than good? And kind of just coming down to the bare bones basics rather than making it more complicated than it has to be.
Love that.
Yeah.
That's why we got you on the show.
That's
why she's here. I feel like, we about to hit on all of that.
Let's go.
Ryan is also a fire bartender.
Thank you so much.
She making your girl some drinks, okay? Listen, I'm like, oh, you bartending tonight? Where you at?
So I am not a dietitian when I bartend.
Just
balance.
Balance. See? And to
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about that, too.
Yeah, no one ever knows that. Like, I did not tell people I'm a dietitian when I'm bartending.
Yeah, it's like, I'm a bartender.
Right.
That's all I do.
I also don't really tell people that I'm a bartender when I'm in the dietitian role. So.
I mean, hey, they don't really got to know, but I know. All right. So, all right, before we get into these rapid fire questions with you, because we do them with all our guests now, what's a fun fact about? I know you told us a whole bunch of good facts about yourself, but what's a fun fact that's like something that nobody knows about you? Maybe not like not a super dark secret, but
okay. You don't want me to get deeper now?
I mean, you can, but if you want the people to know your deepest, darkest secrets, go ahead and tell them.
Oh my gosh. The only fun fact I can really think of, but I feel like most people know this about me. Like, I'm addicted to Alani Nu energy drinks. Like, that is like literally my heart and soul, and probably 5% of my blood. Like,
oh wow! I didn't know that.
You didn't know
No.
that? Yeah, I have one every single day. Like, there is not a day that I don't. Alani, please,
Sponsor my
me,
girl.
please.
Sponsor my girl. Ambassador right here.
But yeah, I'm definitely addicted to those. Mimosa is the best flavor, and
Oh, it is.
yeah,
I agree.
yeah, mimosa is the
I
best
haven't
flavor.
had that one. It's so easy. It's so easy to drink. It's like
it's like my OJ in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's my way to get me out of bed, and it's something I look forward to. You know what? Fun fact is that I actually switched to Alani when coffee was giving me acid reflux, and my anxiety was too bad, and so I switched over to Alani, and that's when I got addicted to them. It's been 3 years.
It's been 3 years. Going strong.
Yeah, it's going strong.
Which flavor do you have today?
Today I had... Oh, what did I have today? I had orange kiss today.
Oh.
Yeah.
I found a little, I went to Sam's Club and I found a pack of Alani.
Yeah.
The baby
They're
ones?
little ones.
I love the little ones. Those are the best ones.
And I like those because I stopped drinking energy drinks as much because I was on gym weed. You know if you heard of that one?
I've heard of it.
But then I was going to my esthetician and I kept getting like these breakouts.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Why are you drinking a lot of energy drinks?" I said, "Hell yeah, I'm drinking energy drinks. I'm tired." And she was like, "Well, it has a high, what is it, B12 in it?"
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so I had to cut them back. But then when I seen the little ones, I said,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is almost half the serving in a regular can."
Absolutely.
So much better for
And
me.
that's perfect. Like, it's a perfect amount. Like, honestly, like, the big ones can be too much.
Mm.
So, like, oftentimes, I'm okay with half of it.
Yeah.
But I'm also B12 deficient, so it works out for me.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So
Okay,
it works out
gotcha.
for me.
I must not be because it don't react well in my body. So that's okay.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
I know what to get you for Christmas. All right. All right. So let's get into these rapid fire questions.
Okay,
So for
I'm ready.
rapid fire questions, what we're gonna do is we have 4 questions for you today.
Okay.
The 4 questions, Kay's gonna ask 2 of them. I'm gonna ask 2 of them. You
Okay.
got to answer them in 10 seconds
let me
or
get
less. Yeah, get the timer out. Because God forbid Lex see this or hear this and she be like, why you ain't do the timer for her? You ain't had a timer. I know
You know
it's
the
on
baby
here.
sister's gonna watch this and be like,
Yeah.
oh
no,
She's
I
always
ain't
gotta
gonna
change
have me on the
everything.
chopping block.
no. All right.
So
Timer.
you
All
say, you got the first one, Kay?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
All right, Mariah.
Okay.
So, we need to know 3 building blocks of macro. Ready, set, and go.
3 building blocks of macros.
Yes.
Fat, carbs, and protein. Is that
You
what
got
you
it.
need?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
okay.
it.
It's my second.
How long does it take you to answer that?
3 seconds.
3 seconds. All right.
All right, hold on.
And that's with clarification. Okay. All right. Number 2. Give me 3 good sources of protein. Go.
Chicken, turkey, eggs.
Okay. All right.
2 seconds.
All right. Break it down. Go ahead, Kay.
All right. Our next one is 3 exercises for upper body strength. Go.
Overhead press, bent over row, and chest press.
Okay. You quick with it. Last one. True or false?
Okay.
Listen closely.
Oh boy. Okay. It's a tricky one. Okay.
It's really not. All right. True or false? A serving of fruit has less sugar than a serving of veggies.
Has less sugar than a serving of veggies. Hold on. a serving of fruit has less sugar than a serving of veggies. That's false.
That's false.
Okay.
Yeah, she just got
Just
it.
got it.
She had to think about it.
I had to repeat this out loud.
Look at that. Good
Yeah.
job.
Okay.
We passed. All right, let's go.
4
Yes.
I love that.
I feel like my
All
pop
right.
quiz is over.
Pop
I
quiz
aced
over.
it.
You know, she did a good job. We love that for you.
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna get into the beyond the reps.
Okay,
We're gonna
let's
get
go.
beyond the reps. So,
Yes.
so obviously today we're gonna be talking about nutrition,
Sure.
all things related to that because that's your expertise. So, our first topic, okay, what are we gonna talk about?
We are going to talk about why does nutrition matters when achieving a fitness goal.
Yeah.
Sure.
So we want to talk about. I think the last episode we kind of touched on our personal journeys with our nutrition and how it works, how it doesn't work, things like that. And I think the biggest thing that we tried to touch on, and I wanted to expand on, is why is nutrition important
Sure.
for achieving your fitness goals? Because they always say you can't out train a bad diet, right?
Sure.
And that's true, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. You heard it from her here. she got the master's degree. So we not just blowing smoke, okay? So in your expertise, how would you say that nutrition influences your fitness goals when
Sure.
it comes to
When you say fitness goal, like, do you mean I'm trying to better my chest press, or do you mean I'm trying to lose 10 pounds? Like, what do you mean by fitness goal?
We could touch base on both because we
Okay.
actually spoke about how Adri but her goal is usually to gain.
Sure.
Mine has been to lose. So we
Sure.
actually touched both.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Mhm.
So I think that it's important for 2 different regards depending on what the overall goal is, right? So if I am trying to improve my chest press, trying to increase the weight, trying to increase the reps, oftentimes what we think is we're going to go into a deficit. I'm going to achieve this massive weight loss, but I'm also going to improve my chest press by 50 pounds. And chances are it's not going to happen. Like, not both in the same. Those are 2 very different goals. So we have to really consider what is the primary goal. You can still increase strength. You can still increase the weight that you're repping out while in a deficit, but it's going to be a little bit slower and it's probably not going to be as drastic. So we really have to hone in on, okay, what's my primary goal here and what do I need to do to achieve that? Especially with like run times. If I am trying to decrease the amount of time it takes to run a mile, but I am under fueling on carbohydrates,
Mm-hmm.
I am not about to run that mile any faster. Like, you are lessening the amount of quick energy you have available.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that nutrition plays a role. Let's talk first with, I'm trying to improve my chest press, or I'm trying to improve my squat, whatever it may be. It's going to help fuel that workout, and it's going to give you the energy to have a more effective workout. And so this is why I really recommend, especially to my ladies, have a little pre-workout nutrition. Like, don't go in, without any energy available. Everyone's going to be different. I do also preach that you are the expert of your own body, but I do always recommend just try it. Just try to have something small before that workout, and see how you feel, because more times than not, women are saying that I feel better. Like, I have more energy. I feel more focused. And if you have a more effective workout, you're going to get better gains.
Mm-hmm.
So it really goes hand in hand. And also recovery. So if I'm not recovering from my workout effectively, then it's going to hinder my next workout. It's also going to hinder the amount of lean body mass that I'm building.
Mm-hmm.
So it is the pre, it's also the post. In terms of weight loss, if my goal is weight loss, nutrition is going to be obviously one of the most important things. I mean, we can be hitting it hard in the gym every single day, but if I'm going home and having 3,000 calories as soon as I get home, then, I mean, you might increase your chest press, but you probably aren't going to lose 5 pounds.
And what's funny is the last time we spoke about this, we were like, you can't, and I looked right into this camera. Well, it wasn't this one. I think I was looking over here somewhere. I didn't know where my camera was. But I looked right into this camera, and I told them, just because you went to the gym today don't mean that you can go treat yourself at McDonald's.
Right. Right. And we have to get out of that mindset, because that is the cycle. That is what keeps us just a hamster on a hamster wheel. Mm-hmm. And we have to get out of that. Like, I do want you to be able to have the foods that you enjoy. Like, I love cheesecake. Like, I love cheesecake. You're not a dairy person, right?
Listen, I mean, I could do some dairy, like some ice cream or something, but cheesecake.
I mean, ice cream, don't roll that out either. Like, whatever it may be, like cheesecake or ice cream, I'm cool with either of them. But cheesecake.
I said they made a factory.
Why is everyone giving me faces
I
right
love
now?
cheesecake. Give me an order of cheesecake. Oh my god!
They had the nerve to make a factory.
Yeah, they sure did.
How dare they? And I said, y'all ain't got nothing else. And give me, we have some apple crisp and some chocolate cake.
Listen, okay, so let me be clear. All of them are cool with me. Like, all of them. Like, I don't discriminate when it comes to my desserts. Like, I probably like any of them, and I want them to be in my life, just in a way that's balanced.
Right.
And so that is kind of. And I think that all or nothing mindset is truly something that I'm the most passionate about. Is like, we have to get out of the all or nothing mindset. We have to stop saying, like, I need to be 100 in the gym. I need to be 100 with my nutrition every single day, because
that used to be me.
I do, like, there is going to be a time in your life when you are like that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But we can't set the standard every single day as being 100 for both every single day of our lives, especially because I do the GC40 challenge at the gym. And there's people that come in and they're like, Mariah, I have this going on in my life. Mariah, I have, I got kids, or my parents are having a health crisis, or money is tight. Like, it could be anything. And they're not able to give 100% in the gym and with their nutrition. And they think that because they can't give 100%, it's not worth trying. And it's like, no. That's not the case. Like, sticking with it is going to get you so much further than you think it will. And even if we just had to focus on maintenance for a little bit, that's still progress, because at least you didn't backtrack. Right. And there's always new life events that are happening. I had someone I was just talking to this morning. She's like, oh, I just started at the hospital this week, and my whole schedule, my whole routine got out of whack. Right. It is going to, because, like, this is a whole new life endeavor. Like, now your lunchtime is different. Now your schedule is different. And so now I have to adjust, and it's going to be a learning curve, but it's not that you're doing bad. It's just that you're learning. It's a never ending journey. And I'm still on the journey myself. I'm still on the journey myself.
To that point, when I work, it be days I'll go to work at 7:00 in the morning, and then I don't eat until 3.
Right.
And I might not eat breakfast because I got there right at 7:00,
Right.
and I didn't have time to. In my mind, I'll get to work, and I'm like, okay, I'll just make sure I'll get breakfast when I get to work, or I'll eat my breakfast when I get to work. I'll bring it with me. But then it's like I get to work, now they calling me and I'm running around all day long, and I look at the clock and I'm like, now I'm seeing spots. I'm like, oh damn, I ate nothing today.
Right.
So
you're running on E.
yeah,
You're
you
running on E.
running on E, and that's to your point about going to the gym. It's like I always say, don't raw dog the gym.
Right.
And that means you got to put something in your body to fuel you.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, food is fuel.
Fill your gas gauge.
Yeah, right.
If you go to the gym
You
and you
ain't
didn't have
gonna
anything to eat, you're got 50% gas gauge right off the bat. You're gonna run that out.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna run that out in the warm up.
Yeah,
Clearly.
And then you get to the workout and you're like, wait a
You're
minute,
like, I can't do this. Then now you walking out the gym or going lay down in the sauna.
Right.
But yeah, so the whole food is fuel thing is so important. Like I'm going to the gym after this.
Yeah.
When I'm dressed in my gym clothes.
Yeah.
And I ate before I came here because I was like, I can't go there without anything in my system.
Right.
And I'm not one of the people that can eat and then go straight to the gym.
Right.
I gotta have some digestion
Yeah.
going on because it's gonna come back up.
And I think that's also important is like everybody's body is going to be a little bit different when it comes to that.
Mhm.
And like kind of figuring out what works best for you pre-workout, especially.
Mhm.
So if I'm going to have a bigger meal before the gym, then maybe 2 to 3 hours before is going to be okay. But then if I didn't eat anything within the past 2 to 3 hours and I'm about to go to the gym in the next 30 minutes, then I'm going to have maybe a little stickety snack.
No sneaky snack.
A little stickety snack. And maybe I'm going to have like just a little handful of dried fruit. Maybe I'm going to have an apple. Maybe I'm going to have, I don't know, like toast with jam. Like just something that's smaller in volume, lesser in fiber, but higher in carbs. And so that way you have that quick source of energy. And everybody's body is going to be different. Your stomach is a muscle just like everything else in your body is a muscle. So like your body has to learn how to effectively digest that the food in order to use it efficiently.
Mhm.
If I'm not used to eating right before my workout, give yourself a little bit more time to digest. And as you start to get more comfortable with it, then you might be able to bump it up a little bit closer to your workout and it not hinder your workout. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and actually, I think can lead us into our next topic or next point that we want to hit on today, as far as eating according to your goals.
Yeah.
So I know you talked about like the weight loss or trying to hit a PR or whatever the case may be. Like for me, my thing is always to gain weight and maintain weight.
Yeah.
Personally, I feel like I've struggled with that. I feel like I can get on a good. I'll be on the train and then the train stops. And I get off, and then the train leave me. Then I gotta go to the next stop to get back on the train.
Yeah.
And I lose weight so rapidly.
Yeah.
So like if I miss a couple days in the gym or I miss a couple meals, immediately it's gone.
And do you feel like that's the thing that's promoting your weight loss is like you just kind of skip meals? Like you're not being consistent with your intake? Is that like?
I can't tell you what it is, to be honest with you, because I think was when I first got into fitness. And I mentioned this on, I think, the first episode. The reason why I got into fitness is because I was a fresh sophomore in college, or end of my freshman year, I think it was. And I had lost 30 pounds of weight out of nowhere.
Got it.
It wasn't like I wasn't eating or anything like that. All my clothes were falling off of me, and I was depressed. So in order for me, I knew I wanted to gain the weight back, but I wanted to do it in the healthiest way. So I started doing the research, and I was already an athlete, so I kind of had an idea, but I never really took it like seriously.
Yeah.
And then I found this girl on Instagram, Massey Arias, and she was pretty much on the same journey as me. And she was lifting weights and showing like how she ate, and then I just learned, and then that's how I kind of grew the passion and got my certs and all of that stuff. So I don't really know what the issue is with me. I feel like I may just have a high metabolism. And or it could just be because I don't know if it's because of the inconsistency. And really the inconsistency for me comes when I'm working a lot. Yeah. And I don't have the time to eat.
Right.
So it's like I'm trying to figure out, and that's another thing. I've went to Mariah to get a plan done. Yeah. Because of the issue with me eating and not eating and trying to achieve my fitness goals and keep falling behind or getting there and then falling behind so quickly.
And I remember you saying you went to bed before you ate dinner a lot of times because you were too tired to make the dinner.
I be having sleep for dinner sometimes, man. I feel like but that's where like I feel like the meal prepping comes in.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know, but then sometimes I'll get to the point where I'll meal prep like this week. Well, oh, you know what we didn't do? We'll go back to that, the accountability. But yeah, I meal prepped this week, and I'm almost out of food now. So now I have to I got to re-up on my meal prep.
Right.
But if I'm in the middle of a work week and I don't have time to re-up, that's when I'm like, okay, I'm having sleep for dinner.
Right. But that's when you have to have emergency meals available. So that's like something that's a tool that I try to educate people on is like, okay, how can I have food in the house that's not necessarily going to go bad overnight that I can kind of keep on hand that's going to help me hit my protein, my macros, and just give me something quick that I enjoy. So like my favorite thing, and if you know me, I mean, geez, I've been preaching about this for like probably 2 years now because it's literally my go-to emergency meal. It's a Southwest Power Blend, like frozen, steam fresh. And it's like beans and rice and veggies. And then I throw that in the microwave. It takes 5 minutes and 30 seconds to make. And then I put maybe 2 to 3 eggs on and I cook those up. And then I put those together. And the Southwest Steam Fresh thing, I'll usually use like maybe half. And then I'll go 2 or 3 eggs. And then if I have avocado, then I'm going to throw that on. But if I have cheese available, then I'll throw that on. So that way I'm able to have something on hand. So if I didn't plan, I still have that as a backup.
Now break that down. Because we want to talk about the nutrition part of it.
Sure.
So why do you choose that meal to sustain you for your goals?
So the way that I build meals is by thinking about each one of the parts. So bringing back to our macros, like our quick little questions at the beginning, we have fat, carbs, and protein. So I'm going to have my protein, which is going to be eggs. I'm going to have my fat, which is going to be some of the yolk. And then it's also going to be the cheese and or guac, whatever I add on. And then I want a fiber-rich carbohydrate and veggies. Fiber-rich carbohydrate is going to be the quinoa. That's in the Power Blend frozen thing. And then the veggies are going to be mixed in that frozen bag as well. So it kind of hits both areas, both groups there. Same with the eggs. I'm going to get fat and I'm going to get protein. So even if I didn't do the guac or the cheese, I would still get some fat from the eggs. So let's say it was bare bones and all I had was eggs and the steam fresh, I'd still be able to hit all of my categories. My fiber-rich carbohydrate, my veggies, and then my fat and my protein coming from the eggs. The fat and the protein and the fiber, they're all going to keep you fuller for longer. Bless you. They're all going to keep you fuller for longer. So
I know that was a sneeze. I thought it was.
I'm not sure what it was, but
it was a sneeze.
Okay.
Are you jealous?
Damn, that's crazy.
I was just trying to be polite. That would have been weird if it was a cough.
I thought it was a cough. See, I was ignoring it because how you gonna sneeze in front of me?
She's so
How are you about to sneeze on the podcast right now?
That's so crazy.
So my fiber is going to help slow down the digestion of my food. And it is actually considered a non-digestible carbohydrate. So it's going to slow down the digestion. Fiber is also really important for gut health. So we want to make sure that we're having fiber for that reason as well. That's a whole other rant that we're not going to go on. And then we have our protein. It is going to be a molecule that literally slows down the digestion of your food. So this is the way that we're going to be satiated from meal to meal. Now, Americans, about 16% of our intake tends to come from protein for the average American. I'd like to see that more in like the 20 to 30% range. And I'd like for it to come from more whole food ingredients. I think that's also where we kind of miss the mark. You might be hitting your protein, but you're probably not getting it from the best sources if you're not being careful. So that's going to help slow down the digestion, keep you full and satiated from one meal to the next. Your fat is going to help keep you full as well, but it's also going to give you like a little bit of satisfaction. There's a difference between fullness and satiety that I don't think is talked about enough. Like I can eat chicken, broccoli, and rice all day, every day and be full from it, but it doesn't mean I'm going to be satisfied. And so if I'm not satisfied and if I'm not tuning into that part of like food, then you're probably going to have cravings after your meal and they're probably going to win. and you're probably going to be.
That's when people be like, I need something sweet.
Yeah. Like, man, and have you ever like been to the counter and you're rummaging and you're like, man, I really want that chocolate. And you're like, but I'm just going to have this instead. And then you're like, that didn't do it. I'm going to have this instead. And then you're like, I'm going to have this instead. No, I'm going to have the chocolate. And then you ended up just eating 500 calories extra on top of the chocolate you could have had in the first place. So it's just being real with yourself. It's really being real with yourself. So tuning into all three of those components, four technically, and then your fullness and satiety. If we're not feeling full 3 to 4 hours after you eat, then we probably didn't do the balance correctly. And again, it's part of the journey. When you're first starting, you're probably not going to get it right on the money every single time. That's okay. You just learn and you continue. Yeah. That's it.
I agree.
Yeah. So question here.
Yeah.
Well, not question. Well, yeah, question.
Okay.
Now that you broke down, like, you know, the 3 different for the macros.
Yeah.
Now, what about the labels on nutrition?
Yeah.
So, like the facts and things like that. How beneficial is learning how to read those nutrition facts?
Sure. So it's beneficial because it's going to give you some information that's pretty crucial if you are counting macros. Not everybody counts macros, but if you are counting macros, it's going to be pretty essential to read that label and to be familiar with it. What is it providing me? Is it providing me fat, carbs, protein? And just kind of breaking it down, like with carbohydrates, I'm going to look at the total amount, but I'm also going to be looking at, is there fiber in this? Where is the carbohydrate coming from? Is it coming from fiber? Because that's going to be more times than not more beneficial. I want higher fiber carbohydrates. That might be broken down soluble versus insoluble. Soluble fiber is actually going to help with your cholesterol. So if you are someone who struggles with higher LDL cholesterol, then you might want more soluble fiber. You're going to get that from things like beans, from oats.
I love a bean.
What's up?
I love a bean.
Yeah, absolutely. People don't eat enough beans. Like, let's get on the bean train, okay?
That's because I'm Puerto Rican.
I love that. So yeah, we want beans, and when it comes to protein, if I'm looking at a nutrition label, I'd really like for a serving to be 20 to 30 grams. Really, for a meal, I'm looking for 20 to 30 grams. However, if something provides me maybe 15 grams of protein on the label for one serving, I have 2 options. I can either double the portion size, or I can get protein from some supplemental foods that I'm also, pairing with the meal. So one of my emergency meals is a Kodiak cake pancake bowl.
I always see her eat.
I do. I eat Kodiak cakes a lot. What is that? Yeah, and it is technically a processed food, but it's easy. It's a way that I'm able to implement a lot of protein, and I can also bring in some fiber and some antioxidants from some fresh fruit or frozen fruit, depending on the day. But I will do a 1/2 cup of the Kodiak pancake mix with 1/2 cup of my Fairlife protein milk. And that's just going to be a little bit higher in protein than a regular milk. So I'm getting some protein from the Kodiak cakes, but it's not enough. So now I'm going to supplement the other protein that I need from the milk. And I'm going to add an egg. That's going to give me a little bit of fat. It's also going to give me a little bit more protein. So it doesn't always have to be from one food, but that's why it's kind of nice to know what other what other macros am I getting from certain ingredients to really kind of make it a balanced meal. So again, that's where the nutrition label is going to come into play. When it comes to fats, you're going to see saturated and unsaturated on the food label. Unsaturated are the ones that you're going to want to go for more often than not. Saturated, you want to be a little bit more limited with. Your unsaturated fats are going to come from nuts, seeds, olive oil, avocado oil, avocados, just in general. So it does play an important role, but things like an apple doesn't have a food label on it. And those are the foods that you want to have more often. So we do have to, you can't plug it into MyFitnessPal and like see the actual breakdowns, but not all foods have a direct food label. So, also keep that in mind. And food labels can also be up to 20% incorrect. So that's, again, another reason why we want to make sure that we're aiming for more whole foods. Right? Yeah. Because there is some error that's allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like for me, Mariah helped me a lot with like things that I can eat that are especially protein dense. And I've been eating, she gave me like a couple tips. So if y'all are like, vegetarian or don't eat meat like me, She told me, now this was crazy. And I was just like, I don't know about this. Because I was like, Mariah, you might be on some other stuff. But it actually worked. So one of my meals that I like to make, I think I told you, when I'm trying to like get my weight back up and eat, like, something I can eat all the time, is lasagna. Yeah. And so I make like this lasagna, whatever. So I'm using the, sometimes I'll use like the little ground things from Wegmans. Yeah. Sometimes I'll do like this lentil mix that I do for when I make like meatballs and meatloaf. And then sometimes, now I'm starting it, what's easier, I've been using the Impossible meat. So, but anyway, she told me to, when I wasn't using the Impossible, because the Impossible is like, the protein content is a little bit more, but she told me to put tofu.
I knew this is where this was going. I was like, what did I tell you?
She told me to put tofu in my sauce.
Blend it up.
And I said, what do you mean? Now, I will tell you, it changed the color of it. It was like a pink, it was like a blush,
it's like a blush sauce
color. Yeah. And I was just like, okay, I'll try it. But tofu doesn't have a taste. Yeah. Unless you give it a taste. So I'm like, okay, it kind of makes sense. I'll give it a shot. So I took it and blended it up, put it in the sauce, and it actually didn't taste bad. I was nervous about the way it was going to taste, the texture, all of that stuff, but it was really, and I told Mariah, I said, I did it. Yeah. And it worked.
And you can also do it with like cottage cheese if you wanted to, but I know I don't think you
like
like dairy.
To say, yes. I don't know. Dairy, it's not, I don't do dairy, but cottage cheese, it's another one of them things.
What about it don't you like?
It's nasty.
Well, what makes it nasty?
How did they make it? However they made it, it's nasty. What?
I don't know the process behind making cottage cheese. I'll be completely honest about that. But it's another way, if you are a dairy eater, it's another way to bump up the protein.
Trust me, when I first started my fitness journey, I ate dairy more often. Like, I used to do regular yogurt. Yeah. I hadn't been drinking any dairy milk at that point for a while, but I ate regular yogurt. Cheese was all of that stuff. And, they said cottage cheese was like this good little, I said, okay, let me try it out. I said, oh, absolutely not.
Because usually I get Mariah, like, that texture is disgusting.
That's nasty.
And, like, I get
it don't taste good.
It looks weird, so I have never tried it.
You've never tried it?
No, I just don't like how it looks.
I love it so much.
Okay.
Okay, fun fact. Like, when I was younger, my favorite junk food was like cottage cheese with berries, and I don't know why. I wish that
would make you throw up.
No, I still wish that was my junk food because, man, that would be so much better than Jim's Steakout. But
mine is pickles. I'd be tearing them pickles up.
Yeah, that's another one of my emergency meals: is toast with cottage cheese and berries. It's so simple. I get my protein, I get some fat, I get some fiber. Good to go.
Sounds good.
She like, no.
Not me. But yeah, that blush sauce though was good. And then now I've been doing also I found this non-dairy yogurt. Yeah.
Which brand are you using right now?
Ooh, Siggy's.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's a coconut blend or something like that. It has like 11 grams of protein per serving. But then what I've been doing, I didn't know if it was going to work, but it has been working. What I've been doing is I've been making like these parfait type things overnight to bring with me to work. And I'll put protein powder in it.
Okay, cool, yeah.
So I'll mix the protein powder in it. And then if it gets too thick, I'll put a little bit of like almond milk or something, or oat milk in it. Yeah. And then it'll go back to that consistency. And then I'll put the frozen berries on it, and I'll put granola on top. Perfect. And that'd be like my thing that I'm like, okay, I have this, and I know how much protein is in it, because that's what I do. I prioritize protein. Yeah. Because that's the only thing I know that I can do. And the thing is, when I'm working, I can't do protein shakes because I can't make it to the bathroom. Yeah. So it's I can't do something that's not going. Like, something that's going to sustain me, but I ain't got to be, like, worried about, well, I can't drink this shake because I got to make sure in 15 to 20 minutes I can make it. Like, I can't do that. So, I've been doing that, and that's been good. But, it's just keeping up with it, that type of thing. It's like, because the tubs only come in, like, whatever the size is, this big. I'm usually through it after 3 or 4 servings. Right. And then I got to go get another one and do it all over again. But those are the types of things that I think I stick to, because like I feel like for me, when I first started like my journey reading the nutrition label thing, it was like like you said, most of the things with that have nutrition labels are processed food in some kind of way. They're coming in a box or a package.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, how much of this is, can I eat this? Can I eat that? And that just started getting too much for me.
Right.
So then that's when I was like, I'd much rather switch over to like Whole Foods
100%.
and know exactly. That's why like I can look at it like, okay, I got this amount of this amount of this, and I know exactly what it is that's going to sustain me, as opposed to saying like, how much of this is in here and doing all of that. Like it's a lot.
It's a lot, yeah.
And it's also thinking about what is my priority right now. Like you said, like we don't always have to be 100% on point with our macros in order to continue to make progress. If I'm creating a bowl that has my fiber-rich carb, my veggie, my protein, and my fat, and I'm tuning into my hunger cues, chances are you're going to be all right. And oftentimes that is the sustainable way to approach it. And being honest with yourself, like what is fullness and what is like overstuffed. And kind of like figuring out where that limit is for you. Because yes, macros can be very helpful, especially when we're trying to achieve a goal quicker. But if I am just being realistic with myself and I know that tracking is causing more of an issue for me than it is anything else, then I'm just going to make sure that I'm prioritizing whole foods and that I'm bringing in those components of my meal and that I am eating to the point where I could still have 1 or 2 more bites, but I'm choosing not to because then I'm probably going to be overly stuffed.
So you saying, so Thanksgiving is next week?
Thanksgiving is this week.
It's not this week.
It's next
This
week.
Thursday coming up.
This Thursday coming up. That's right.
Right, we still in this week though, right?
No, you're right. You're right.
Okay, I'm like, damn, what's today? I'm like, I know I'll be off, but then not that off. So what are you saying about Thanksgiving? Like, cause you know,
It's a valid question. Enjoy yourself.
Okay.
Enjoy yourself. That's what I'm gonna say about
she's
it.
talking about don't eat till you stuff.
Enjoy yourself. No, it's okay. So,
I'm
really
I'm trying to make it clear for the people because I don't want them like saying, "Oh, I can't eat."
No. Okay, so like, I think that if we lock in for the majority of days during the year, then those 1 or 2 holidays, 3 or 4 holidays, it's not going to make or break your progress. I think the biggest thing is getting back on track the moment. As soon as possible. So like, okay.
So you're saying no leftovers. What you're saying is don't be eating leftovers for days on end.
What I'm saying is
we just trying to be clear here.
Maybe we gotta, maybe we don't want to overfill the fridge with all of our leftovers. Maybe we're gonna give some leftovers to the family members, to our friends. But maybe we're also going to just have like, okay, if you have the leftover pumpkin pie, then maybe you're gonna have just a little piece on Saturday, and you're going to be able to have that, but you're not going to make that your full dinner. You're going to make sure that you have some protein before you have that. And you're going to make sure that you balance it out. And don't like be eating the same way you were on Thanksgiving on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Ooh, because I know one thing. Now this may be a cultural thing.
Sure.
And I don't know, because it's so interesting. We got like 3 different ethnicities up in here.
Yeah.
So in the Black household, we eat what we eat for Thanksgiving, and I know Jamil can co-sign this. Well, I'm just thinking about, let's just say some type of meat. There's either like a chicken, a turkey, ham. I do salmon, mac and cheese, yams.
Love it.
Stop me when I'm wrong. Dressing, greens and or cabbage. Cornbread. What am I missing? I don't eat cranberry sauce, but some they do the cranberry sauce. I don't do cranberry sauce. Potato salad, deviled eggs. I'm trying to think what else. I said dressing. I'm missing anything as far as like food. I think that might be the base of it.
Okay.
Now, of all those things that you just heard me say, most of those things are carbs.
For sure. Absolutely.
Most of them are carbs.
Yeah.
So that being the case, I know personally, I try not to eat. It's hard. The thing with me, okay, and
the eyes.
I feel like the best parts of these meals are the carbs.
100%.
Like it's you can't have yams without macaroni and cheese. Cannot do that. And then everything else kind of go together. Like I just thinking about it, it's like the only vegetable that I've seen at my dinner table is usually the greens. And I don't eat green beans, but yes, green beans. String beans. I don't like string beans. I'll eat green beans. I don't like string beans. But yeah, those are the. Am I wrong? That's the only vegetable.
Sure. At least I got vegetables. We don't have no vegetables.
See, I ain't know that.
Rice and beans.
Wait,
whatever.
time out. Y'all ain't got no vegetables?
No.
None?
None. No. No.
Wait, tell me about it though, because
no,
I want to know.
seriously,
Right, me too. Because I want to ask you.
I learned how to eat vegetables, really, I don't know, starting my journey. At home, my parents did not make vegetables.
Get
ever.
out. Okay, so lying.
I'm so serious.
None?
No.
My dad,
wait, are we talking about?
I'm gonna tell you what my mom made this week.
Are we just talking about a regular? We're not talking about holiday.
No, there's no ever vegetables.
Okay, so what did Mama make this week?
Look, the other day she made lasagna with white rice. So yes, lasagna and then white rice on the side.
Well, well, in the black community, we will do lasagna and have some garlic bread on the side. Why? I don't know.
No, yeah.
Sometimes we have that too.
We will do that too.
I feel
So
like
we got white rice with lasagna. So you got 2 carbs right there, and we might have the bread, the Texas bread.
Yeah.
Oh.
So when we have that,
The Texas bread, yes, that's real.
and it has the cheesy
be clear.
carb.
Yes.
Let's be clear.
Yeah. So no vegetable there.
Okay.
And then she made I don't eat pork, but she made pork chops the other day with white rice, and then the beans that has potatoes inside of it and whatever. Okay, no vegetable.
That's the meal.
That's the meal.
Oh, damn.
And then she made what did she make what else did she make this week? Then she made chicken quesadilla, chicken and cheese.
No, like little peppers, onions, something like that.
No. So
Okay.
yeah, no, we don't ever have vegetables.
Oh wow.
So it took that was the hardest part for me.
Yeah.
In my fitness goals and nutrition stuff because so that's why I throw spinach on everything. Literally. Because I'm I don't like veggies. Yeah. So spinach and green beans are my to-go.
Okay.
I don't get too fancy, boring. Okay?
So how long? So I know me personally, and a lot of people I know that are in the black community, we eat our Thanksgiving food.
Thank God that my mommy be bougie because she don't like leftovers. So my mom do not be playing. She make enough for Thursday and that's it. That's exaggerating now. She does make extra, but it ain't gonna be more after Friday.
It's not gonna be more after Friday.
It ain't gonna be after Friday. She be and she doesn't like to warm up food. So that's why we always have a little extra made for Friday, but that's
Interesting. See, me?
Because when I was at work, I see people you still got this?
Yes.
What is happening?
Yes, absolutely. I'd be oh, Thanksgiving is coming up. I'm about to be eating for days. A week. Oh,
3 to 5 days max.
You're going to give her a heart attack now.
3 to 5 days.
It ain't going that quick.
Now we're getting into food safety concerns.
I mean, yeah, but what you could if you put it in a freezer.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. You can still have the
depending
things.
on what it is.
You can still have the things.
But okay. So my thing is let me just say okay. So what I'm saying is that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, probably Sunday.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot the dinner rolls. Oh.
What kind of dinner rolls do you have? Yes, we do too.
Oh,
okay,
see,
yeah, those are the best
I
ones.
do. We used to call them jet rolls, like the homemade joints where you the yeast rolls, like a yeast roll.
That's bougie.
Yeah, that's normal. That's
I thought the Hawaiian rolls were normal.
I just learned about Hawaiian rolls in my adult years when I found out people was eating them. But no, we used to make the rolls, and yeah, the yeast rolls. You dough rise, you roll them up, put the butter on them. Ooh. Man, I'm getting myself hungry. But yeah, but it is. It's I admittedly, I would say Sunday might be the last day.
Okay.
But it's every day. And not only is it every day, and I know I speak for, because I know enough people to know that this is true, whether Jamil agrees or not. It's more than one meal. It's more than once a day.
Yeah.
It's like lunch and dinner. Maybe breakfast. Maybe breakfast. So it's like you think about eating that, all of that for, let's just say, twice a day for 4 days.
Yeah. I mean,
probably not the best thing.
So it depends. Let's be real. Like,
because I'm also thinking about how yams are made.
Mm. Oh, that sugar.
It's at least 3 different types of sugar in there.
It's a
butter.
Do you put marshmallows on yours?
No.
Okay.
Do y'all put marshmallows on you? Yeah, actually, what do y'all?
We have, we never had vegetables on our like table ever on Thanksgiving.
Wow, this is interesting.
So my dad, when we were growing up, he would tell me that he's allergic to green foods. And so, like, there was never a green vegetable. There was never a salad. Fun fact, I never had my first salad until I was 16 years old. And it was at Olive Garden. And it was sold by peer pressure of all my friends. And I was like, that looks disgusting. Like, I don't want that. Like, I don't know what green tastes like. Like, my dad's allergic. So.
That's so interesting.
Yeah. So, like, I really had to teach myself, like, how to enjoy vegetables. And, like, and again, it's a learning process for me too. Now I can like say wholeheartedly that I love pretty much every vegetable. But on our table spread, we would do turkey, mashed potatoes, sweet potato casserole, Hawaiian rolls. We will do spatula, which is like a German noodle dish. It's just homemade noodles, basically. It's like they look kind of funny, but they're good. Just like carbs. And then gravy. And I kind of want, green bean casserole. So I guess the green bean casserole would be the closest thing to a vegetable.
I haven't heard about green bean casserole.
Oh my gosh.
I ain't never had it.
It's so good. It is so good.
Is it though?
It really, honestly, I wholeheartedly enjoy a green bean casserole. It's the fried onions on top that do it for me. I could eat the fried onions on top just
Are you
out of the
making
can.
a green bean casserole for Thanksgiving?
Yeah. Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'll probably make that, yeah.
Make some?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
But I want to try some.
So what I've been implementing the past couple years, because you can be the change, like, my recommendation is always be the person that brings the healthy dish. So that way you have a healthy dish available. Like, just be the person.
That's
like,
fair.
Lead the pack. So this year I'm going to make, like, probably a Caesar salad, but I might make, like an apple salad. I haven't decided yet which one I'm going to go with. But I'm going to make some sort of salad, and I'm going to have that on the table. And then I was also going to make roasted carrots as well. So that, again, there's another vegetable available. So, like, be the change that you want to see. And, like...
I like that.
So, I mean, lead the, and that's the way I feel with, like a Friendsgiving, or that's the way I feel with, like, any get-together. Yeah, like, any get-together, be the person that brings a healthy dish. Like... Yeah. I mean, mac and cheese is great, but, like, it's also really nice to have, like, a healthier option available, too. Like, people appreciate a healthy option. I know that it's, like, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like people really appreciate a healthy option. I really appreciate a healthy option.
No, you have to be cool.
I really do. And so you can be the change, but also, okay, like, we're not eating like this every day of the year. It's 4 days.
Right.
So even if you do eat the carb, you're going to have the best workout ever on Monday.
Oh,
you're going to have the best workout ever on Monday.
I can't.
And you're going to use all that carb, and you're just carbo loading for the best workout ever on Monday.
All right, we like that mindset. Yeah.
And then you get back on track on Monday. So maybe it's not getting back on track on Friday. Maybe it's getting back on track on Monday. That's all right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You just have to be real with yourself. Like, that's not the way that you're eating every single day.
Yeah.
That's when that's the problem.
Okay.
So you just got to be real with yourself.
All right. So if you're out there and you eat like that every single day, don't do it for 4 days on Thanksgiving. I don't eat like that every single day, so I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
But if that ain't your lifestyle, or if that is your lifestyle, don't
Change
do it.
Yeah.
That'll be the thing that ties that together. All right, so I want to hit two more things with you before we close out. So I want to talk about supplements.
Okay.
Versus non-supplements.
Sure.
Or no supplements. So would you be able to give like some suggestions on how to decide whether or not you need them? And also like tying that in, because I know and I'm glad you mentioned that you like Alani Nu energy drinks.
Yeah.
So energy drinks versus using energy drinks versus using like energy sources from food
Sure.
to get the
Sure.
energy you need. So
Yeah.
let's start with this let's start with the energy drinks.
Okay.
Because
So,
you're very passionate about
I'm
this.
very passionate about it. I'm
So.
not promoting them. Like, I'm not saying everybody should have multiple energy drinks. I'm not saying anyone should have any energy drinks, to be honest. But it's just one of my vices. It's one of the things that I really enjoy. But yes, like, do I want you to get whole food sources in first before you are supplementing with things like energy drinks? Absolutely. And during the GC40, like during our 6-week challenge, oftentimes once people get their macros right, what they're realizing is, I don't need that energy drink every day. I don't need 2 energy drinks every day. It is, for me, it's more of just an enjoyment versus do I really need it? I really don't. But like, I do just truly enjoy it. But people are realizing I don't need all of these energy drinks. I don't need the second cup of coffee in the afternoon, because now I'm actually fueling appropriately to the point where I'm meeting my energy needs, and now I'm not super tired. And I mean, that's another thing. If our meals are not balanced, I don't have my protein and my fat, I'm having straight carbohydrates, I'm going to have a blood glucose rise and then a fall. And the fall is oftentimes when we're going to get low energy and we're going to start reaching for other things.
When I'm eating that thing, I'm going to sleep.
Right.
I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, food coma, you can do that.
Yeah.
It's a tradition. It's a tradition. I think that's important. So that is my spiel about energy drinks. It's truly something that I just enjoy, but it's not something that I think that we should be reaching for in terms of, I need energy, and this is what I'm going to utilize every single time, because using that food first is going to give you the energy that you need.
Right. Okay.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Yeah, no. So supplements.
Yeah, just in general.
In general. So for me personally, and then I'll let you speak, and then you can kind of chime in. When I first started my fitness journey, I did not use any supplements, like none. And then I started learning about them, and the only thing that I was taking was, now, would you consider protein powder a supplement?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So protein powder and, or like protein shakes and BCAAs.
Sure.
Couple years later, I was like, do I really need these BCAAs? Because I don't know if they're really doing anything for me, and I'm spending money on it. I'm not really using them. I was really using them to put in my gallons of water to make it taste better.
Sure.
At that point.
Sure.
And then after that, I kind of fell off. The only thing I was using was protein, and then I got into pre-workout, and I got off of pre-workout because that beta-alanine in that pre-workout,
They make you
no. Like a crackhead, and ain't nobody got time for that. I used to be smacking myself, scratching myself, just irritating. So I got off the pre-workout until I discovered like what beta-alanine was, and the content in each different types of protein. I mean, pre-workout. So once I found a one with a little bit lighter amount, I was like, okay, I can do this. So then I got pre-workout back into my thing, and then I just started taking creatine. Probably last year, not consistently. Now, one thing about supplements, I'm not consistent with supplements, except for protein. That's the only one that I'm good with. Everything else is like, I started taking, I'll do my green, I have like this greens powder, and then I also started taking glutamine. The glutamine's nasty, so I mix it in with the greens, and that's the only way that I'm able to drink it. And then the creatine, it was like I was taking that, and I do notice when I was taking the creatine, I was seeing a little bit, the results were coming in a little bit quicker for me. But at the same time, I don't know, I just started reading things about creatine, and I didn't particularly care for it, so I kind of cut it out, and I was like, I don't know if I should take it. So for me, the supplement thing, I really don't know, besides the protein, if any of them are necessary.
Yeah.
What about you, Kay?
So for me, I'm just cheap, y'all. So I don't got time. I don't got time to be buying groceries and buying supplements.
I'm just cheap. That's real.
So
I'd rather you be spending your money on your Whole Foods anyways.
Yeah, but for the most part, if I do anything with supplements, it's protein powder to make my shakes, and sometimes my pre-workout. But my pre-workout, I kind of just, it really depends to when I want to use it. I don't use it every time I work out though. So yeah, no, I try not to.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, ugh.
And I also don't think that I have, and I don't know if you have any knowledge on this, caffeine sensitivity.
Yeah.
I think that me drinking coffee or taking pre-workout, sometimes it has a placebo effect, because like I'll drink. When I'm at work, if I'm tired or whatever, I feel like, oh, I need a coffee, like, because it has caffeine in it, and I'll drink it, and then I'm like, still tired, still tired, and then the pre workout itself is kind of like, I do think that pre workout has like a delayed reaction in my body. I think that it's like I'll take it. Like if I took pre workout right now and go to the gym, it's not going to give me any energy until like 2-3 hours later, and then I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm up. You know, the only thing I'll get is that tingling feeling, and it's like, okay, I guess this is what I got, and then later on, it's like I'm up. I can't go to sleep, and I'm like, now I got to do something to kind of counteract that in my body. So it may have an effect for energy, but it's like a delayed effect.
So everyone's gonna process caffeine differently, right? So like some people are able to take pre-workout at 5 p.m. and they're able to go to sleep literally that night. Like there are some people that can do that. I am definitely not sensitive to caffeine. I could have caffeine morning, noon, and night, and I will be completely fine. But there are people that it will make them stay up the whole time, the whole night. I think that food is definitely fuel, but caffeine has been shown to help you increase your energy expenditure as well. So it's a tool. Is it a complete necessary tool? Not necessarily. I think there's some people that will be totally fine without it. Some people that really enjoy it and benefit from it. So caffeine just in general can be great. If you want to go for the more whole food one, then it's going to be coffee. Just a cup of black coffee is going to be caffeine. And so you're going to get you're going to have more whole food, less added ingredients, if you will. And you're going to get that extra effect. However, it also depends what you have in your stomach when you're having the caffeine. So like if I am drinking coffee on an empty stomach, probably I might be running to the bathroom during my workout. Like it might be more of a hindrance than anything else. So like it's also a GI irritant. So like I don't usually promote people having coffee just on an empty belly. So it really depends on what you have in your stomach. That also kind of, at least for me, that will influence how the caffeine is affecting me. If I have a full belly or if I don't have a full belly, that will make a difference for me. So, so just keeping those things in mind. But caffeine is not absolutely necessary, but it can be a very good tool in the toolbox in terms of workouts. It increases your energy. So, I mean, it's going to increase your output during your workout as well. In terms of other supplements, so creatine is one that I would recommend for most people. Okay. Creatine is one. What did you hear that was bad? And I can't say that
that it affects your kidneys.
Okay. So that's not necessarily true.
No,
not necessarily true at all. So they're going to say that about, eating too high in protein as well. If you have a kidney issue, if your kidneys are compromised, if you have chronic kidney disease, if you have, other comorbidities that affect your kidney health, that might be something to be concerned about. But if you are a healthy human being, then that is not something that you need to concern yourself with. Okay. Because your kidneys are literally flushing out any excess that you have.
So I think what I read about it was that if you use it all the time, like if I used it like I use my protein, like it was like an everyday thing, whatever it is, down the line it would create issues for my kidneys. My kidneys might be fine now, but down the line it's going to catch up to me, and now I'm gonna have like kidney failure or something crazy like that.
So I have not read any of those studies. Okay. But I'd be curious. Like I'm definitely but I have not read anything that would make me concerned with that specifically. Okay. I would say that if you are someone with a kidney problem and you are supplementing with creatine, can it cause an issue and potentially progress the issue further? Potentially, yes. But for a generally healthy human being that does not have any comorbidities affecting their kidneys, that is not something that I would be concerned with at all. Okay. Creatine is something that is going to help improve your strength. So people think that it's automatically going to increase your lean body mass. That's not necessarily the case. It's going to increase your strength, which is in turn going to help you with your lean body mass. So you're probably going to see the benefits in the gym before you start to see the aesthetic appearance of the change with the creatine. So, and you don't need a huge dose. Like you need a small 3 to 5 gram dose, which is about I believe it's a rounded teaspoon. And, some of them do have their little scoopers, and other ones you just take a teaspoon, but just read the label. 3 to 5 grams is where you need. People will say that you need like a loading phase, but you truly don't need a loading phase. Like that's when you're going to start retaining water, and that's when you're going to start to see like a little bit more water retention. But truly, if you just have that low maintenance dose over the long term, then that's absolutely going to be safe, and it's going to be effective for your strength gains in the gym.
Okay. So that would be one that you would say you would recommend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say for most people, I would recommend it.
Okay. Any other ones?
Truly that and protein powder, like those are really the only ones that I really recommend. So I would say caffeine, protein powder, and creatine. Those would be probably my top 3. Okay. Protein powder is going to be beneficial for someone who is having a hard time meeting their protein goals, but there is always nuance. There's always nuance with nutrition, right? So for someone who is feeling like, I'm so hungry all of the time, I'm going to say probably don't have the protein powder, because if you are having 4 ounces of chicken breast rather than having a scoop of protein powder, which one's going to make you fuller for longer? So the chicken breast is going to leave you much fuller for longer. Those Core Power protein shakes. I love them. They're great. They're simple. They're effective. They give you the protein that you need. But I can chug a 26-gram Core Power, and it doesn't do a thing to my hunger. Like, it might leave me, okay, I got something in my belly, and it might, kind of taper me off for an hour. But after that, I'm starving again. Like, that did nothing for my hunger. And I mean, that's for 2 reasons. It's going to be for the fact that it is a liquid. It's a liquid. So it's not going to keep you as full as long. And technically, I guess it's a whole food, but like you're going to get more volume from something like chicken.
Right.
You're just going to get more volume from it. And plus, even like chewing your food is going to potentially give you more satisfaction than actually just drinking something. So it kind of goes both ways. If I'm super hungry all the time, we need to be eating more chicken breast. We need to be eating more whole food forms of protein, more eggs, more turkey, more beans, and all of the things. But if I am struggling to hit my protein and I need to get more protein in a smaller volume, or I'm having a really busy day and I just don't have time, then that's a time when you're probably going to lean on something like a scoop of protein powder. Or if I am leaving the gym and now I have to go right to work, realistically, are you able to sit down and you're able to have that whole food meal?
No.
And if you're not, then okay, then I'm going to use that supplement. Yeah. So now it's a way that I get in that recovery protein that I need to get me where I need to be before I go to work. So it's just utilizing it in the way that it's meant for. It's not necessarily using it as like, I need this, because we don't. Truly, like if you have a balanced diet, you really don't need the additional supplements, but every person is going to be different. Right. There are people that may need a supplement in certain cases because of their current condition, because of their current struggles, because of the way their body works. So there is always nuance, but for most people, for most generally healthy individuals, those are the top 3 that I would say would benefit most people.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good information.
Yeah.
So we want to, just to wrap this up a little, wrap up the conversation around nutrition before we get to our, close out. What would be 3 tips that you would give a person on nutrition? Let's just say general nutrition.
Okay.
Because I feel like nutrition in general, whether you have a fitness goal or not, like, let's talk about just 3 nutrition tips to follow. And I think you've mentioned a lot of them as you've been talking, but since you can kind of tie it all together, that you would give to your average person who just wants to live like a healthy lifestyle,
sure, whether
they're in the gym now or not.
Yeah.
What would be like those 3 things around nutrition?
So I would say that, and this is coming from a space of, this is where I see the most people struggle. I'd really like to see people having at least 25 grams of protein at every meal. It could be more, but also be careful with how much you are having at once right off the bat. I have had people who start to have 50 grams plus at one meal, and then they're like, holy cow, I haven't pooped in 3 days. And I'm like, yeah, because we went way too hard, way too fast. So like, also we have to give ourselves a little bit of grace here, that like there's a period of time where your body does have to adjust. So I would say 25 grams of protein or more at every meal. That's going to help keep you satisfied from meal to meal. Number 2, have fiber at every single meal. Mm-hmm. Like, I believe the current statistic is that 95% of Americans are not hitting their fiber recommendation day to day. 95%. So Jesus. The recommendation is 25 to 30 grams of fiber every single day. And 95% of Americans are not hitting that goal. And I doubt most Americans are even hitting half of that. So fiber, and you're going to find that from your fiber-rich carbohydrates. That might be something that you find on the label. That might be something that you just find in your brown rice and your and I can't even say brown rice. Brown rice isn't really a great example of fiber, but even things like chia seeds, your nuts and your seeds, those are going to be great sources of fiber as well. So your whole foods, if you are having more of a whole food diet, you're going to be eating more fiber just in general. Mm-hmm. So I would even dare to say, so those are my first 2 of fiber. I would even say / whole food focused, because I would say that those oftentimes are kind of one and the same. And then last is add color to your plate. So add color, and that's going to be your veggies. Like, make it pretty, like make it attractive. It doesn't always have to be attractive and aesthetic. Like, it doesn't have to be an Instagram photo, but add some color to your plate. Every color is going to be a different antioxidant. So add in some red, add in some green, add in some orange, add in your colors, because your colors are going to be coming from your fruits and your veggies oftentimes. Mm-hmm. So add in those colors, because those are going to be some additional nutrients and additional just helping to balance your plate and balance your overall nutrition profile of your meal.
Okay.
So those would be the top 3.
All right. Love that. Okay. So I want to talk to, me and Kay will just give one takeaway from what because I find like I've taken away a lot from this. I really wasn't expecting Mariah to come on here and be dropping bars like this. I was like, I didn't know she was going to get down like this on the couch. So, I would say for me, what I would take away from this, that I've learned as somebody who I feel like I've been in fitness for 14 years. And I feel like one of the big things is that you always, like, you never stop learning. As long as you're living, you're going to learn. If you're not learning, something's wrong. So I would say, what did you teach me today? You said so much. Honestly, the thing about creatine.
Yeah.
Like I feel probably a little bit better about it, taking it, but then also understanding that it's not something that I need to, because you recommend it, I think as a RD, I think I feel a little bit more like, okay, maybe I should be a little bit more consistent with it, especially all things considered when it comes to me being able to maintain my strength. And maintaining my strength obviously in turn helps me to lift more, my muscles will grow, all of that good stuff. So, and that's typically my goal all the time.
And that's honestly the key with creatine is consistency.
Yeah. That's
when you're going to see the best outcome from it.
Yeah. I had to get better with that. But yeah, I would definitely say that because I think that's because that's fresh in my mind from what you said. And it's something that's personal to me.
Yeah.
So that was absolutely helpful. What about you, Kay?
I will have to say the fiber.
Yeah.
I will have to say like the fiber for me, because I was like, where do you get it from? So to know that it's really in
not the Metamucil.
Yeah, because I'm like,
it can be a nice supplement too. Like you can. I have recommended Metamucil before. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, but yeah, we do want to get it from your whole grains.
Because I feel like I never really thought about fiber. It was just
and
carb,
the importance of it,
veggie, fruit, meat, fat.
Right.
Fiber was not something I ever thought about.
And I mean, you're getting it from your beans.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you definitely got beans in your diet.
Oh yeah,
I've heard you say that like 3 times. So I definitely know. I know you're getting the beans in, so that's great.
Make sure I keep eating beans.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. But even something like with the oatmeal, like I know it has a little bit of fiber, but okay, I'm gonna like bump it up. I'm gonna add in some berries, which are super high fiber, and I'm gonna add in some chia seeds. So now I just made it like a fiber-rich meal. It's the little things. It's the little things that can make a big punch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that too. The little things. I mean, and I agree. I do try to add like even like with my protein things. Like I try to add. I probably put hemp seeds on everything.
Yeah, I love that.
I
Absolutely.
put hemp seeds in and on everything if it makes sense, of course. But yeah. Okay. So let's get to our accountability. Let's circle back because we didn't talk about it in the beginning of the show. So every week we talk about at the end of every week we always give or episode we try to give a something to hold each other accountable for, and we're
Okay.
going to include you in this
Oh,
too.
okay.
But earlier this week, my thing was to hit the gym. What was my number?
4.
4 times. Damn.
Did you do it?
First of all, you said that a little bit too quick for me.
She was ready.
4. 4.
But yes, today would be day 3 for me. And I got one more. I was supposed to go yesterday, but my cycle started, and I was like, nah. And I bought my car yesterday, so that was a lot. It was a long day. But yes, but yes, and meal prepping for me. That was my thing.
Meal
yes,
prepping.
I meal prepped on. I don't even know what day of the week it is. Today's Saturday. I'm trying to think. If today's Saturday, I had food over the weekend when I worked. For the past couple of days. I don't know when I meal prepped, but I'll tell you what I meal prepped. I meal prepped, I had, and I was so proud of myself. I wish I could remember what day that was that I was up because I was cooking. Oh, I was in that kitchen and I was tired. I made a stir fry.
Okay.
Yeah, I made a stir fry, a really, really big pan of stir fry. So stir fry was one of my meals this week. I made salmon with salad, and I made this bean mix that I've been eating for a couple of weeks now, but like it's like lentils, chickpeas, and like a bunch of vegetables like onions, peppers, and celery and mushrooms. No, not mushrooms. Olives, black olives. I mixed that up and I put like I made like this like balsamic vinaigrette type dressing just to kind of whatever, and I just put it in the salad. So that salad, and then my breakfasts have been the same old thing. It's either oatmeal and eggs, or I've been doing like this egg like scramble thing with like I put avocado, and I don't think I've been doing it. No, I haven't been doing any I usually do like the Dave's Killer Bread on the side, but I ain't buying that. So no, I ain't been doing that this week. But yeah, so I did do that. What was yours? I forgot.
Mine was switching over all my stuff.
Oh yes,
back to my agenda.
Yes, how's that going?
So, all right.
Oh,
I have this thing, guys. Confession. So I have to write. I don't like to mess anything up in my agenda, and it drives me crazy. And I have to use certain colors, and so it gets serious. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So I did write everything down in like a sheet first.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like steps to this. Okay.
Okay, but
So-
we're moving in the right direction.
Yes. So I'm just waiting. So I'm going back and forth. We only have 1 month left. So that's why I'm like, ugh. I'm like, because I really remember, because I want it for 2025.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I want a cute agenda, because that's another thing. If it ain't no cute agenda, I don't want it.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow.
So it's just these agendas are like a thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I have all the information already. So I do have that.
Okay.
Now it's just waiting for, I got to get the right agenda.
Gotta get the right agenda.
It's just not just any
Okay.
agenda.
But we're moving in the right direction. We're doing something for it. Okay, give you that. All right. So now we got to make new accountability things because we are essentially at the end of the week.
Yes.
What's something that you want to be accountable for? Let's just say this upcoming week.
Oh, man.
And it could be anything.
So for me, I'm trying to be more consistent on social media. That's like my big thing.
You know what's
I'm trying so hard.
crazy? Our last episode, we
Yeah.
talked to Lex about that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I talked to her about it a lot too.
Interesting. Wow.
Look at that.
How
All
that all
four of us
comes
are not.
together.
Try so hard.
Yeah, no, it's bad over here. For real.
Yeah. You guys are so good with it.
You think so?
Yeah.
I've been trying. I have been trying.
She
Yeah.
has been lately. Life.
I mean,
I
you're
can't even-
posting something like at least 1 to 2 times a week every week.
Am
I thought you were. Like
Yeah.
I just saw a video of you doing a squat.
On the box.
I just did that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah.
But that was like. Before then, I couldn't tell you the last time I posted.
Really?
Probably
Okay.
since my class. That was
Okay.
I think that might have been the last thing I might have posted.
I don't know why I'm so hesitant to make a post. I feel like it's just so like it's there. Like I like a story. A story is like, okay, like whatever I post, it goes away in 24 hours. It's fine. But like if it's to the grid, that's serious. Like,
interesting.
So
okay.
so I feel like that is my holdback when it comes to posting on socials.
Okay, you have, but I mean, and I know the audience would agree, you have a lot of good things to offer. So we would apprate to see you more. So we're gonna hold you to that.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
we are.
Like, so where's the content, Mariah? Okay. What about you, Kay? What you want to be held for this week?
I did horrible this week in the gym. I made it to gym once.
Thank God that wasn't your
because I was not about to miss this one again. So no, I am going to. I need 4 days next week.
4 days next week.
Yeah.
Okay. You know Thanksgiving's next week, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just check.
Matter of fact, I gotta go see. I might have to sign up for that class. That'll be one day.
Oh yeah. I'll be there.
So
coaching.
Yeah. So
Thursday?
yeah.
You're coming?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
Me. What do I want to get kind of? I don't know.
Posting. No, I'm sorry.
Please. I ain't gonna play myself like that. This upcoming week, I have a long work week this week. I know I'm gonna have food because I'm making Thanksgiving dinner, so I'm not gonna worry about that. What do I want to be held accountable for? I'm really trying to figure it out. You know what? And I know I say this a lot, but I mean it this time.
What you mean?
I'm gonna fold my clothes,
girl.
What?
You gotta send me a picture. I need a picture I need all the receipts.
Do you live out of a laundry basket?
Do I?
I mean, that's a real question because I
do.
Okay.
I mean, I started like a couple weeks ago, then I stopped. So that's the plan. I don't know how I'm gonna do it because this is my long work week, but I'm gonna make it happen.
Look at you challenging yourself. Love that for you.
Happen. Yeah. Somehow, some way. I might bust it down tonight. We'll see.
Look at that. Get right to it.
Okay. And I'm sorry, we all over the place today. But last thing before we close out, we didn't give our fun facts.
Oh yeah.
Mariah gave hers. We got to give ours. We haven't given you our fun fact about ourselves in a little bit, I feel like. So you said you had yours, so go ahead.
My fun fact is that I have a baby tooth that
I thought she was about to say. I was about to jump about this couch,
girl, absolutely,
and break all this equipment.
Absolutely not. Now you know I'm one and done. Ain't no baby. No. One and done.
Almost got
but,
me. Okay.
No, I have a baby tooth that never came. Like I have a baby tooth. It never fell off. I don't have an adult tooth coming under nothing. It's just there.
So you have a tooth that never fell out your mouth?
No.
Didn't we lose all our teeth when we was kids? I don't know.
I guess I'm that special kid that did not. So I have 27 adult teeth and 1 baby tooth.
Is there an adult tooth behind it and it just never came out?
No, nothing. No? So when I do the x-ray, there's no
wow.
tooth there. So
that's very interesting. Wow. Okay. Okay. My fun fact today, I don't know how I can top my last one.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I can only, you know how people can roll their tongue into like a taco? Like you know what I mean?
Look, I'm over here trying to do it. Like,
yeah, like that. I can't do that. I can only roll my tongue into 3s.
Into 3s?
Yeah.
What does that mean? What? I can't do that.
I can only, I can't do the, yeah. I can only do it.
I wonder if there's a science behind that.
I don't know. I think I had looked it up and I didn't find anything, but I don't know. I can't roll my tongue.
Your phone facts be crazy.
It's the truth though. So,
oh my god.
Yeah, I can only roll my tongue in a 3.
I was wondering when you stick your tongue and do all this little stuff you be doing. Yeah, I'd be like, what's going on with her tongue? Now I know.
Yeah.
It doesn't
it
Fold.
doesn't fold. Yeah, there you go. And I can flip. Never mind, I'm not gonna do that on camera. But
Please
I can
don't.
flip my tongue over, like upside down. You really told me to do it.
I need to see this.
Yes, I don't.
I'll do it off camera. All right. So that wraps up this excellent episode of Beyond the Reps. Thank you so much, Mariah, for
Thanks
coming
for
and
having me, guys.
joining us and giving us listen, she went crazy.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all didn't get something from this, I don't know what to tell you, because I got something from this. Okay. Thank you so much. You were an amazing guest. You're an amazing person. We need to see more from you. If you want to tell the people where they can find you on social media.
Yeah, I go by Mariah Petrusik RD. So I feel like I should probably change that because it's super long.
That.
Yeah, I'm like, it's super long. Mariah, Mariah, Petrusik is PETRUSEK RD for Instagram. Yeah,
on Instagram.
The app thing.
Yeah, the app.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. All right. But yeah, that wraps up this episode of Beyond the Reps. Thank you for tuning in. Go ahead and like, share, subscribe, tell your people about us, and we will see y'all very, very soon. Peace.